What's up, Scorpio Collective? Thank you for joining me for your road opener reading. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Keita, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Um, I was sitting here looking at the cards and kind of getting the downloads about the message that's coming through, and my light got like hella dim. I was like, damn, y'all don't want me to do the reading? And eventually it came back on, but I'm hoping it doesn't do that in the middle of the reading because it got so dim you could barely see me when I was looking. I could barely see myself when I was looking in the camera, so that's gonna be bad for business while I'm trying to record this reading. But I'm gonna be bringing forth a message to you guys to inform where a road may be blocked for you, why that road is blocked, and what crystal you're needing to work with um, in order to unblock that road. I use bibliomancy to identify what that crystal is. And it's looking like the road that's blocked for you guys is that of like being at a point where you've identified or you're being led, spirit led, to express your creativity in some way, and being like devoted to the expression of that creativity or exploring that creativity, right? Because you have two cards that fell out, which is the artist and the monk or nun. So, a monk or a nun is one who is in like selfless devotion to spirit. They devote their life to spirit. But this could be speaking to like you meditate more, or you just have prioritized your time and your devotion to connecting with the divine more. But with the artist, there's something about that is creative. It's something about that is artistic. The artist archetype is when you're in that energy of expressing a dimension of life that's just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. So expressing yourself in a way that you're able to use some experience, some thought, some idea, and turn that into some physical expression, be it a song, a painting, a poem, or whatever your creative expression looks like, right? Planning a trip can be creative expression. Any kind of way you're curating and using your creative energy, which creative energy could also be sexual energy. So for some of you, this may be speaking to like celibacy, especially in this monk nun energy. If you've been called in any way to practice celibacy, that is what this could be speaking to, harnessing your sexual energy. But you're being called this year to go from that energy to taking a leap of faith with this Fool energy at the bottom of the deck. So you're needing to get more comfortable with coming out of this artist monk nun energy and being more like spontaneous about how you express yourself, and lighthearted and just adventurous. You know what I'm saying? The light attribute of the Fool is to fearlessly reveal your emotions and help people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So when the Fool is in its shadow, it's like you're a clown, you're a court jester. People are laughing at you and not necessarily with you. But when you're in your shadow, it's just like a childlike innocence, or just when you being led to do something, but you don't know the full details, but trusting that you're being led in the right direction and that you're going to be taken care of. So you go ahead and take that step, that leap of faith, because you know that when you take one step, the divine is going to take 10 on your behalf. That's when the Fool is in his light attribute, and that's what we're being led to on the journey. But that road is being blocked because it's a matter of timing. And I know that it's a matter of timing because when I asked Why? Told y'all. It was when I got to this point when I was looking at the cards. There's something that's been going on in the dark, like beneath the surface, under it's been kept under wraps, so to speak, but it's needing to be brought out into the light of day, so to speak, because the three cards that represent that energy, all three of them came out at the top of the deck, or fell out when I was shuffling the cards. And it's the lotus flower with unfoldment, the lotus being that flower that comes through the mud, grows through the mud and the darkness, and surfaces above ground or above water. So from dark emotion, so to speak, through growth, a growth period, and rises up to be brought out into the light of day, and something beautiful is the product of it. Then you got breach. That's a whale. Again, something that has been under water and coming up for air. Again, coming up from beneath the surface, coming out of that water, out of that deep emotion, and coming up for air. So there's a breach to take place. Something new is unfolding. And then you got the energy of the volcano. So this is something fiery and passionate that is going to, or about to, or maybe has, it depends on when you see this reading, erupted. Volatility. Can't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? But you got that energy of something coming up from beneath the surface, and it being very like passionate, maybe even abrupt, but it's the spark of a new beginning, and it's bringing in more vulnerability. And that is the thing that has been blocking this road from the artist nun archetype to the fool, the more spontaneous, free-flowing energy of taking a leap of faith, because something just was not ready. It was not divine timing, but it's about to be. And when it does, there's going to be a lot more vulnerability, which is what you need to get out of survival. A lot of us have not been vulnerable because we have not felt safe to be, and we've used our guard as and our emotional like being emotionally unavailable, or being like only letting people get so close to us before putting up a wall, that sort of thing, or being standoffish. We've used that to protect ourselves based on our experiences. But I feel like I'm giving the same message from like the past few readings, actually. So if you have not checked out those past 2 or 3 zodiac signs roll opening readings that I've done, you may want to check those out if this message resonates with you. But something is coming from the dark and up to the light, and it's going to reveal a lot more vulnerability. There's a guard that's coming down, an armor that is coming off. One thing about when we wear an armor and try to guard our emotions, like, yeah, you put that armor on and it helps keep you from getting hurt, but it intensifies the pain that's already within you, right? And then it also keeps the love from coming in. Like, nothing's penetrating it, but something has stirred somebody's heart space with all this water energy and this volatility energy, which is fire. This is something somebody's very emotional about and also very passionate about. There's 2 crystals that have come up via bibliomancy as the crystal prescription, and one is a scapulite, and the other is skullite. Scapulite is an energy of insight, persistence, self-discipline, willpower, self-transformation, and liberation. Whatever this is, once this road is opened and unblocked, it's going to be very liberating. It's going to allow someone to feel free and just breathe a sigh of relief where they've been carrying something heavy or been carrying a lot. Once this vulnerability comes in and whatever has been held back or held onto is unloaded, somebody's really going to be able to walk lighter, no longer carrying all the shit, no longer carrying that heavy ass armor, right? But it's a storm energy. So this is something coming through like a storm to bring forth or help support something very transformative in somebody's life. It says Scapulite helps one set one's mind on a goal and persist until the goal is attained. It is a wonderful stone for developing the self-discipline and willpower to attain and maintain inner freedom. Its energy beams out in a completely steady flow, unlike some stones which pulse and fluctuate. Its planetary influence is Saturn, the planet of structure and discipline, and this stone can help one create the forms and structures that allow us to fulfill our dreams. It would behoove you to look into where Saturn is right now. My phone. I ain't bring it in here. Where Saturn is right now, like what planet is in and what effect that it's having on us, and also like what sign you have in Saturn. They may better help you understand exactly what aspect of your life this energy resonates with. But if I'm not mistaken, Saturn rules transformation. And so for many of you, you're going through a major transformation, and that transformation includes you being more vulnerable and not being so guarded and expressing yourself creatively instead of being afraid to take a leap of faith and just show up in the world as more of your authentic self as you're now getting to know your authentic self, right? Since Saturn is the planet of structure and discipline, and this stone can help one create the forms and structures that allow us to fulfill our dreams. I can resonate with this because here lately I'm really being conscious about how I am free-spirited to the point of imbalance. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could stand to be more disciplined and have more structure and routine in my life, and that's something that I'm committed to working on. So because it's like needing to balance my masculine and feminine energy. I'm so in my feminine energy that like each day I could just go with the flow. I still get shit done, but I could have more efficiency if I had more of a routine and more discipline in certain areas of my life, and that's where the masculine energy comes in. So it may be speaking to you all in that way. But it says this stone can help one create the forms and structures that allow us to fulfill our dreams. Those who desire to write a book, lose weight, budget their money, exercise more, give up bad habits, or change one's everyday self in any way will find an ally in Scapulite. Its key phrase is strength of purpose, and it can activate the dormant areas of the self in which awareness of one's purpose, as well as the power to pursue it, reside. It is thus a stone of destiny, of dharma. It helps one to hear the voice of the higher self and carry out the blueprint of one's evolutionary plan for this life. It can also illuminate the memory of past lives in which patterns of self-sabotage may be rooted. It not only helps one to embrace new patterns, it also allows one to release old ones which no longer serve one's highest good. Again, that whole being free-spirited energy, that's some past life shit. I ain't just some shit I made up or came, like it came with me when I was born into this incarnation, because I spent a lot of past lives as a Sagittarius, or having strong Sagittarius placements in my chart, and that's all about being free-spirited and exploring and like doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've reincarnated into this lifetime with a Gemini North Node and a Sagittarius South Node, I know that I need to lean more toward Gemini ish characteristics, which is the opposite of Sagittarius. But it says the ancient Hindu seers have stated that one of the major negative forces one must learn to overcome is inertia, the tendency of things to keep on going in the same way or to go nowhere at all. This type of inertia fetters the soul and keeps one's dreams from being realized. Scapulite's vibrations are excellent for breaking up these confining patterns. They assist one in making the changes one desires, whether these are minor or revolutionary. So as these roads are being opened, you're being called to make some changes that are, like I said, transformative, revolutionary. There's an evolution taking place within, and a lot of us have done the work within, and now it's time for that to show in our 3D reality, in our relationships, in our schedules, in how we operate and run our businesses, or in our careers, what we choose to entertain, what we're cutting out. Like, it's time for the as within to show without, because as above, what's going on in the cosmos is definitely affecting the soul below, which is what's going on down here on earth. And so that's a bit of the energy of Scapulite and how it can help us to better align with our divine journey and opening these roads. But the energy of Skull Sight is one that would be helpful as well. And Skull Sight is actually, I was about to say it's the last piece of crystal I purchased, but it's not. The last piece I bought was Larimar. Skull Sight was the next to the last. And so far I've experienced it as just a very relaxing, peaceful energy that I've worked with during meditation. But it says here that Skull Sight is associated with inner peace, relaxation, tranquility, interdimensional travel, and awakening the heart. I told you, it's something very emotional about this leap of faith and what's driving somebody to take this leap of faith, coming up out of those deep waters and out into the air. And also they're very passionate. So there's definitely a heart chakra awakening taking place. But what I'm also coming to understand is with this Skull Sight energy is somebody's needed to do something that they're led to do, but they couldn't do it until they had peace within about it. Like, they had to be at peace about the move they were making. And as long as there wasn't inner peace, or as long as there isn't inner peace, then they can't reach the point of no return in this situation. The point of doing the thing that's going to be revolutionary and making whatever change. So that inner peace component is very important here with this road opening as well. Just trying to see where I want to start. Okay, it says Skull Sight is a gentle yet powerful awakener of the higher mind. Instead of blasting open the higher chakras, Skull Sight acts as a mild cleanser, gently clearing the debris from these energy centers and allowing the light to shine in. So like when working with the higher chakras, which is like your I'd say throat chakra, third eye, crown chakra, soul star, Gaia gateway, and above. Those are your higher chakras. So this is someone who has been experiencing or going to be experiencing a higher chakra awakening, therefore stepping into a level of higher consciousness. So you may experience increased communication with your ancestors and spirit guides, more vivid dreams, being able to identify and interpret signs and synchronicities better, picking up on different song lyrics clearer, different things of that nature where the divine is connecting with you by way of those higher chakras being activated and being cleansed wherever there may have been debris, psychic attachments, and things of that nature, so that when you're having a light body activation, you're able to receive that light better. It says it's an excellent friend for those afraid of opening too quickly or need to learn the power of gentleness. Skull sight lends itself wonderfully to dream work as it helps one open to subtle messages from the deeper self and from higher sources, which is what I just said, right? It can enhance the dream state and facilitate dream recall. In meditative work, it helps clear the channel between the crown chakra, which is personal enlightenment, and the soul star chakra, which is transpersonal enlightenment. This allows one to connect with one's higher self level of consciousness and gain a deeper understanding of one's entire soul journey. Not only one's journey through this life, this vantage point can help one understand one's true nature as a spiritual being having a physical experience. This is what has been going on beneath the surface. This is like the ascension that has been taking place beneath the surface with this unfoldment, volcanic, this lotus flower volcanic, and what was the other one? Whale energy of something going on beneath the surface. There's been massive spiritual awakening taking place, but somebody's about ready to come up for air and be more vulnerable and share their experience or share how they feel or share their creative gifts and talents, and or share their creative gifts and talents and take that leap of faith to be more vulnerable. So this is dope as fuck, because somebody is awakening to and expressing their true self, which is the only way we're gonna create heaven on earth, is if we actually show up deprogrammed, being the gods and goddesses that the divine created us to be in the first place. Let's see. Spiritually, skull sight allows one to gently open to one's higher nature and the expanded realms beyond the physical plane. Its soft, peaceful energy invites interaction with other peace-loving beings for the purpose of healing the earth and humanity of violence and chaos. Emotionally, skull sight is a stone of kindness, gentleness, and non-reaction. It teaches the power of receptivity and expansion, and it helps one become more balanced when faced with difficulty. Peace is the key word of this ally. If you resonate with this energy, you definitely want to align yourself with people who contribute to your peace, those who bring you peace, and those who are kind, gentle, tender. You know what I'm saying? That ain't about all that drama and confusion, chaos. It's enough of that going on in the world. That's not to say you're not going to have disagreements, or that you may not do something that they don't like, or they may not do something that you don't like. But in essence, this is an energy that says, in order to support your evolution, you need to surround yourself with people you can just talk the shit out with, like adults. You know, have genuine, open, honest conversation where each party feels like they can be vulnerable and can take the armor off. They don't have to be perfect. They just need to show up authentic. And authentic is not always perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy a banana that's not full of chemicals, a real banana, it's gonna have some bruises. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably gonna spoil faster than the one with the chemicals, and that's the whole point of them putting the chemicals in it, which is to preserve it. But that's also the shit that go in your body and it's full of toxins. So in using that analogy, as it applies to your relationships with people, you just want to show up as yourself, as somebody who's committed to growing, and you know, the whole concept of perfection, throw that shit out the window and just do your best. Commit to doing your best, whatever your best looks like at that time. And then they may not always get your best, and that's understandable too. We're humans. But you have to be able to acknowledge when you're not at your best and commit to putting your best foot forward, moving forward. Like, I think that's what a lot of relationships lack. I've not always shown up in relationship that way, so I get it. But that is what this energy is calling for someone who's being led to take a leap of faith and also be more vulnerable and do that from a place of inner peace. Um, the affirmation for Skull Site is, my mind and heart are at peace as I journey more and more deeply into the realms of spirit. So this is somebody diving deeper into the realms of spirit and also expressing that journey, what that looks like for them outwardly, creatively, artistically, in some way. So I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that something was said that leaves you well. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You definitely gonna want to subscribe because in my downtime, I've been getting a lot of downloads about the direction that the channel is going to take moving forward, as well as Turquoise Majesty as a whole. And I'm excited about some of the readings that I'm being led to do moving forward. I definitely will be telling y'all more about that in the near future, so you want to make sure you tapped in so you can get this good information. And yeah, y'all, if you want to donate, that information is in the description box. And until next time, peace.